Good evening to everyone. It is my immense pleasure and honor to extend a warm welcome to all of you to the 148th online interactive session. I, Sneha, a student of DSPSR BCom Honors Batch 2025-29. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt and greeting to our Honorable President, Sir, respected Director Professor Dr. Mahesh Sharma, Sir, Registrar Dr. R.S. Singh, Sir, and all my audience. And of course, it is with the great respect and enthusiasm that I welcome our eminent guest speaker for today's session, Mr. Ashish Sharma, sir. We are honored to have you here with us in this evening. Your insights and expertise are sure to add immense value to today's discourse. This 148th session is not just a number, it is a milestone that reflects our commitment to continuous learning, collaboration, and the exchange of knowledge. Each session takes us one step closer to excellence, and today's discussion promises to be no exception. As we move ahead, let us begin this auspicious session with the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. This act is more than a tradition. It represents the ignition of thought, the illumination of knowledge, and the beginning of a journey from ignorance to enlightenment.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुभं भवतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते.
Mr. Ashish Sharma sir is a forward-focused, multifaceted IT professional with over 22 years of rich and diverse experience in strategic IT leadership, business transformation, and end-to-end project management. As the founder and director of Region Technology, he has successfully driven large-scale IT initiatives across domains like retail, CRM, supply chain, sourcing, and system integration. Mr. Sharma has held senior leadership roles, including director at Cellucom Retail Private Limited and Digitone Mobile Spice Group. His expertise spans IT operation, infrastructure management, custom software development, and data center strategy. He has played a key role in national level projects such as GST implementation and cybersecurity consulting for the Ministry of IT and system design for the Ministry of Home Affairs. An excellent communicator and strategic thinker, Mr. Sharma is also a member of the Audit Committee of the Ministry of Education, contributing to technology-led government's reforms. I'm also truly delighted to welcome today's moderator, Ms. Shagun Ma'am, an enthusiastic and dynamic professional and a proud BCom Honors alumni of the SPSR batch 2014-2017. Known for her excellent communication skill, vibrant personality, and confident presence, Shagun Ma'am brings great energy to every session she moderates. Her passion for engaging dialogue and seamless coordination always adds immense value to our interactive session. We are glad to have her lead today's discussion with her signature and enthusiasm and elegance. With that, I would once again welcome all our distinguished guests and participants. Let us look forward to an engaging, insightful, and interactive session ahead.
Over to you, Shagun. Welcome you, sir, in this forum.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, sir. I'm Shagun. I'm an alumni of DSPSR.
That's wonderful.
So, sir, my first question is, sir, I would like to know if you could please explain or share your journey of 22 plus years in the IT industry.
Sure, ma'am. Actually, this particularly journey has been started from a very small company, which is in Jaipuria Group. So I started my career as an IT executive upon that. And after that, going into in 1994, I just joining out particularly the Spice Group. Now, in this particularly Spice Group, I have just given an opportunity to just go for the GST implementations, which has been currently implemented in 2016 itself. At that period of time, we are in the phase that we don't know what's the things has to be done it up. We have to face 4 challenges down particularly there. Number one, what we have to do, what the implication of that particularly the things which has been implemented. The third thing is where to do that particularly, because at that period of time neither the ministry nor us know how to manage that particularly resources. And the fourth thing is how to implement that particularly thing so that it can be easily understandable to the customer. Now here there is a one biggest questions which has been coming in that particularly challenge is that why we need it, what risk it carried out, and how aligned and the company legal and the functional strategies. So these are the points which we have to be thinking upon before going at that particularly that aspect. So what our priority is to implement it as early as possible, because the government has given us so much pressure to just implement it that particularly, and we are the only service provider for that particularly industry. So we coming out from my comfortable zone and then sitting on the business meeting, offering to write the initially business and taking the case project and understand the complete process of the finances. And then we implemented that particularly GST. Now, as a result, the company give me the growth to the region of the particularly from the senior manager to the director level. Now, that's help us to make that particularly implement that things in a proper way. That helped me in a lot of things. Number one, it gives me that particularly I have to thinking about my start owning. Secondly, learn to delegate and mentor. The third thing is speaking of the language of the business. These 3 points helps us to make that particularly growth in my 22 years of careers. Now, very good questions which has been coming from your side, sir. You are just doing particularly that particular things, but how it has been possible? It has been possible because of 3 basic reasons. One is planning is in and everything. You have to plan it out each and every aspect. Secondly, transparency builds the trust. That means you have to make a transparency in every aspect, that whatever you do, how to implement that particularly things. Third thing is postmortems are the gold. If you just go for the previous taxing structures or just like the government structures which we have to postmortem each and every aspect of that particularly element, and based upon that we have to give the final result to the government. So that is the first journey which we are putting up, and after that we are just doing nearly about 30 to 40 projects with the government itself, and make us so comfortable that each time whenever the things will be coming up, we are giving the good result to the government itself. And that is the completely of my 20 years of IT's journey.
Okay, and sir, what inspired you to make a career in IT?
It's a good question. I'm a commerce background student.
Okay.
So, when I study in the one of my college at Bhai Permanent Institute of Business Studies, you have heard about it. That is at Shakarpur. It's a sectoral practices course, right? At that particularly time, uh, one of my principal will be there, Mr. J.C. Kaushik, and I'm good in particularly arithmetics and others logical calculations. So some teachers will be absent down there. So he told me to just go to a class, attend that particularly class, and teaching the computers. I don't know the basics of the computers. So at that period of time, there were about 60 ladies sitting on that particularly class. So I sit upon that particularly class and ask him to ask the questions, whatever the things may be. So many logical questions will be coming up, some interesting questions will be coming up. So I just giving the answers to that. That gave me some impression that why should I make the career into that particularly aspect on the field of IT. So after that, I just completed my MCA. I just completed my MBA upon that. and then moving toward that particularly career. So that is the point where I just moving to a commerce background student to the IT person.
Sir, any any useful suggestion for non-IT students who want to enter into IT field?
Yes. See, currently the situation is like this. You are a non-IT guys, not an issue. But the thing is that you should be have knowledge of that particularly things, right? My suggestion is that always whenever you do the things, you should write on the paper. Think twice, because sometimes whatever the logics comes is, that comes is from the out of box area. Now, in this sense, particularly, if you're thinking upon that particularly out of box, you get the particularly good results upon it. Now, technology enables everything. I truly agree. But the thing is that how to make it comfortable to your zone, that is the most important. And for a non-IT persons, if a persons have a capability to think logically, think algorithmically, think presentively, you can get each and every elements for that particularly. So for a non-IT person, you can have, it should not be a good programmer, or it should not be a particularly. If you've seen out on the top positions, mostly on CEOs or something like that, these are not good programmers. These are all that persons who already implemented out the results based upon the inbox scenarios. And that particularly inbox scenarios comes out when you have a good logics elements, good algorithms, and good presentations, right? So being a non-IT person, a person can be a good achiever. Yes, to a certain extent, we need a particularly IT persons, but that if you have the manager skills, you can just coming out with a good way. But if you don't have the particularly manager skills, you don't have to be have coming out in a good way itself. So my view is that a person who just been having a good knowledge about the logics, good knowledge about the algorithms, good knowledge about the processing, good knowledge about the management resources, and good knowledge about the how to utilize the resources. It automatically comes. There is no need for any study for that. It should be coming from the experience itself.
Okay, and sir, as you talked about managerial skills, so what are the any good managerial skills for the students if they want to pursue their career into IT or management, or if they go for a team lead, then what are the good managerial skills that they should possess? Although they study this, they might be studying this in their textbooks, but because you are an experienced person, a well experienced person, so any special managerial skills?
See, I believe that you should be have before going to any of the project or any of the particularly elements. First of all, take a piece of paper, put all the things into it. Okay. Upon that, you have to writing certain things. That is why we need it, what is the risk into that, and how to implement that particularly things, right? Then discuss with your team itself. If you do that in that particularly sense, it will gives you the results perfectly, 100%. Now, a good manager will always respect the team. Number one. Number two, it, it will always control the team. It will manage the accountability of the team. And number fourth, the team should be reliable to the management itself. Okay, these are the 4 points in which we calculate a person as a good manager. If these 4 points has not been there in a particularly persons, we believe that particularly these peoples are not being good accountable for that particularly management process. Shagul, you also working on some organizations since you are in particularly volunteer?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, I'm into campus placements.
campus placements. Where it is?
Sir, in the IP University affiliate college only.
Okay, very good. So Shagun, sometimes you get a one particularly the problems facing some problems into it.
Yes, sir. Sometimes like work pressure or and something like this only. Team conflict,
So
such
how do you handle
situations.
that if you have a team?
Sir, if we have any issue, I share it with the concerned person.
Okay.
Work pressure, sir, we have to handle it, and if required, I can take help of any of my team member.
Hmm.
That is it.
And none of the team member will help you, then what you have to do it?
Nothing. Whenever we need each other, we do help in some
But if
situations.
the solution is not been coming off, then how do you manage that?
So this situation has never arisen that there is no
But if the
solution.
situations arising, then I give you a very good example, right? You, I think so. You are in the IP on which department you have, HR, accounts, or whatever things.
So it is HR related work only, like
HR related works. Okay.
placement work.
Now I give you one particularly task to just manage a particularly Rangoli for the Diwali, right? And you don't
Particular?
Rangoli, design a
Okay.
Rangoli in Diwali, because currently the Diwali festival is coming up, and we're giving you particularly task to just design the particularly Rangoli for it. Okay, it's a simple task, right? Now I assign you that particularly task. Now you have to design that particularly, and you don't know how to design that particularly Rangoli. So how can you do that?
So I will look for the pictures in Google,
Perfectly,
the designs. I will try to draw it from a chalk. I'll
absolutely
get
right.
the colors. If I'll not be
Yes.
able to arrange the colors, I will take help of my team members or organization members. If I need any kind of help, like filling the color or anything, I would ask some expert person also to like who is good at it to help me.
Hmm.
If I don't know, it's all about help and cooperation with each other.
So that helps, which we are talking about, Shubham. That is your manager skills, which has been coming up to get the things done. Similarly, in any of the aspect you just going out, you just getting out, if you getting a help and you know who is going to help it out, because I again says, we have particularly the three concepts, why we need it, what is the risk involved in it, because if somebody cross that particularly line, it will disturbing your rangoli, right? And the third thing is how to align that particularly. So these things are important. If you do that particularly things, you have the good capability of the management as well. You are the good manager. Okay. So with an example, I just give you what is the quality of the manager. In your case, you just make a drawing. So you just particularly, you know, what is the purpose of it? What is the purpose of making a rangoli? Because of particularly festival season, right? What is the risk cover? Somebody will not cross that particularly element so that it cannot be destroyed or destructive. And the third thing is you assign the work to different persons, that somebody brings the color, somebody will bring the chalk, and Shagor
Yeah,
will particularly make the designs for it.
dividing the work.
Yes, exactly. The dividing of the work. And the person who just make that particularly divisions, that is a good manager,
Manage.
because his aim is to manage all the things. I hope this I guess this gives a better
Yes,
example.
sir. I have studied this also, like during my studies,
Exactly.
something like this. That was really nice, sir. This explanation. And sir, like as you are the founder and director of Rhine Technology, so like sir, what is the vision behind your company?
See, there is no vision about that particular things. On the only vision is we have to just get it the new things developed in the country, different countries. Recently, we work with the FIFA organizations in the World Cup of Qatar. where we are doing different elements aspect of the IT infrastructure, software developments, and other things. So our aim is not that particularly that we have to achieve a certain amount of amount, or you can say particularly the things. Our aim is to just get it out the new technology as we learned it out and just give it to my country itself. Lot of things which has been there in which we believe that our country is very much backwardness, and we are trying to remove that particularly backwardness with the help of the technology itself. A very good example here I just gave it to you. Now you are thinking of SL32. You heard about that thing? No. Have you heard SL32? No. Okay. Basically, SL32 is a process by which we detecting the radio frequency signals. Now, in this particularly technology, what happens is that we put something into the airspace, having the radar into it, and it will capture that particularly information and sending back to us, where that particularly the things or the making object has been making up. Now, this technology is still not been there till 2022. In 22, that particular technology came into existing in India. Under this particular technology, we working in the software elements of that particularly elements. Now, this things helps government to find out where we where the enemy is and which object is been running upon my current territory, so that I can destroy that particularly element. So when we increase our technology, or when we increase our elements of prospective elements, then all things has been coming under the way. A good example is you heard about is a toy which you are seeing out in my drones will be coming up. You seen under drones? आपने ड्रोन्स तो देखे ही होंगे उड़ते हुए, नहीं देखे?
Dawns.
ड्रोन्स, DRONES.
ERONES.
NES. ड्रोन्स आकाश में जो उड़ाए जाते हैं, जिनसे आप वीडियो
ये
फोटोग्राफी।
वो कैंडल जला के एंड ऊपर ऐसे।
नहीं
Like-
नहीं 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 नहीं
तो सर काइट देखी है, बर्ड्स देखी हैं, वो भी देखे हैं, बट
ड्रोन्स नहीं देखे। ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। बेसिकली अभी आपने सुना होगा सिंदूर में बहुत सारे ड्रोन्स हम लोगों ने डिस्ट्रॉय किए। एक प्रकार से ऑब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं जो कि आकाश में उड़ाए जाते हैं, जिससे थ्रू हम इंफॉर्मेशन को कैप्चर करते हैं। उसके अंदर सारे फीचर्स होते हैं, आपकी पर्टिकुलरली ब्लूटूथ भी होता है, आपका कैमरेज भी होते हैं, उसके अंदर में ही इनकॉर्पोरेटेड होते हैं, और आपकी डिफरेंट टाइप्स के चिप सिस्टम्स भी होते हैं जो कि इंफॉर्मेशन को कैप्चर करते हैं। आपकी बेसिकली अगर मुझे जियो मैपिंग भी करनी है तो मैं उसके थ्रू कर सकता हूँ। It has a capability to do that particularly element itself, right? Now, these types of drones, यूनिवर्सिटीज में भी इस चीज को पढ़ाया जाता है। क्यों पढ़ाया जाता है? उसका पर्टिकुलर रीजन ये है क्योंकि अगर हम इन चीजों को लोगों को नहीं समझाएंगे या नहीं बताएंगे तो इस पे हमारे पास में और भी रिसर्च वर्क नहीं हो सकती है। और आज के टाइम पे हमारी जो सबसे बड़ी जरूरत है वो है रिसर्च वर्क की, जिसमें हम बहुत ज्यादा लैकिंग बिहाइंड है। ठीक है, हम बाहर से तो चीजें ले आते हैं, बट उसके अंदर में एक्चुअली क्या है वो हमें पता ही नहीं है, वो कैसे काम कर रही है, क्या कर रही है। आप छोटी से छोटी अगर आप इलेक्ट्रिकल बाइक भी लेके आते हैं बाहर से, तो वो भी ना किसी सिद्धांत पे काम कर रही है, उसपे भी किसी फिजिक्स का सिद्धांत या पर्टिकुलरली आपकी ग्रेविटेशन सिद्धांत, कोई ना सिद्धांत चल रहा है। तो ये सारी चीजें हमारी इंपॉर्टेंस रखती हैं। तो इसको पढ़ने के लिए, समझने के लिए हमें रिसर्च वर्क की जरूरत पड़ती है। अब रिसर्च जरूरत होती है तो हम आगे उस चीज को फर्दर एक्सपेंड कर पाते हैं, उस चीज को आगे और डेवलप कर पाते हैं। ठीक है, तो जहां तक आपकी बात है कि पर्टिकुलरली आपका एम क्या है, तो मेरा एम हमारा बहुत सिंपल है। हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा अपने रिसोर्सेज का इस्तेमाल करते हुए उस चीजों को आगे डेवलप कर सकें, ताकि वो चीजें आपके लिए कल को बहुत ज्यादा आसानी से आप उसको इस्तेमाल कर सकें। आज के टाइम के अंदर में देखो, बहुत सिंपल सी बात है, हम किसी भी कंट्री पे डिपेंडेंट नहीं रह सकते। हमें अपनी रिसर्च चाहिए, अपने प्रोडक्ट्स चाहिए। बल्ब भी किसी ना किसी एडिसन नहीं बनाया था। बिजली जब वो लेके आया था, जब फर्स्ट टाइम उसने बल्ब लगाया था, तो उसने बल्ब जला के पूरी अपने पास तो नहीं रखा, पूरी दुनिया में ही बांटा। तो आज के टाइम में इंपॉर्टेंस उस चीज की है कि आप जितना ज्यादा सीखोगे, उतना ही ज्यादा आप उसको एडवांस स्टेज पे लेके जाओगे, उसको डेवलप करोगे, उसको प्रोसेस करोगे और फिर आगे लेके जाओगे। और यही हमारा एक मेन एम है।
Okay, so, sir, what has been the most challenging project in your career, in your work, and how you overcame the obstacles?
मैम, एवरी प्रोजेक्ट इज ए चैलेंजेबल। ठीक है, आप घर से बाहर निकलते तो वो भी एक चैलेंज है कि आप अपने डेस्टिनेशन पे पहुंच पाएंगे, नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे, कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी, कुछ होगी, एवरीथिंग इज ए चैलेंजेबल। द थिंग इज दैट आप उस चैलेंज को कैसे लेती हैं और उस चैलेंज को ओवरकम कैसे करती हैं, राइट? अब जब आप उस चैलेंज को लेती हैं, तो वो चैलेंज में क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आ सकती हैं, कैसे उन प्रॉब्लम्स को आप हैंडल आउट कर सकती हैं, उसके लिए क्या क्या आपको रिसोर्सेज चाहिए, उसको आप कैसे मैनेज करना है, ये सारी चीजें आपको देख के चलना होता है, और अल्टीमेटली आपको अपने गोल पे कैसे पहुंचना होता है। ये 5 फैक्टर्स होते हैं किसी भी चैलेंज को ओवरकम करने के लिए। और जब आप इन पांचों फैक्टर्स के ऊपर में अपने चैलेंज को कंप्लीट कर लेते हो, आप अपने ऑटोमेटिकली गोल पे पहुंच जाते हो। आपने पढ़ाई करी, ठीक है, तो आपने ये तो नहीं चैलेंज किया कि मैं फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर निकाल दूंगी तो सेकंड अपने आप निकल जाएगा, सेकंड नहीं निकाल पाऊंगी तो थर्ड अपने आप निकल जाएगा। नहीं, आपने पर्टिकुलरली हर एंगल को एक्सपेक्ट लेके, हर चीज को एक चैलेंज लेके चला कि मैं इतना पढ़ूंगी तो मेरा ये चीज निकल जाएगी, मैं अगर इतना पढ़ूंगी तो मेरा ये चीज हो जाएगी, इतना करूंगी इसमें,
Actually,
एग्जैक्टली और इतने परसेंटेज अगर इसमें आ गई तो दूसरे सब्जेक्ट में हो सकता है मेरे कम भी परसेंटेज आ जाएगा, तो ओवरऑल मेरा एवरेज निकल जाएगा। तो लाइफ में और प्रोजेक्ट्स में दोनों में चैलेंजेस होते हैं। आप कैसे उसको ओवरकम करते हो, उसका आपके ऊपर डिपेंडेबल है।
okay. So, sir, what advice you would give or what message you would give to the management and technology students who want to combine their technical skills and strategic leadership?
सी, ओनली सिंपल एडवाइस विद theoretical, मेक इट सम प्रैक्टिकल आल्सो, ताकि स्टूडेंट्स को उस चीज को समझने में आसानी हो, टीचर को पढ़ाने में आसानी हो, और मैनेजमेंट को जब आगे बच्चे जाएं, यानी कि जब पर्टिकुलरली वो इंडस्ट्री में आए या उसमें आए, तो उनको पता होना चाहिए कि वो क्या चीज को फेस करने वाले हैं। द ओनली प्रॉब्लम इज दैट वी हैव गुड इन theoretical बट लैक इन द प्रैक्टिकल, राइट? ये एक बहुत बड़ा गैप है हमारे इस इंडस्ट्री के अंदर में, और इस गैप को हम लोगों को ही कवर अप करना है। You learn it's very good. You have different subjects, different elements, different concepts, you just learn it out particularly. But when you come in the practical life, you face lot of challenges. First 3 years बच्चा इतना कंफ्यूज हो जाता है कि उसको ये नहीं समझ में आता कि मुझे करना क्या है, मेरा कैरियर कहाँ है। और जब वो पर्टिकुलरली धीरे धीरे करके उस एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर में आना शुरू हो जाता है, तो इट विल बी बेटर टू हैव जस्ट गो फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलरली एलिमेंट्स। सो our suggestions is certain practical should be there. Nowadays, we giving a suggestions to the education department that in some of the aspects, theory as well as the practical, both are the important aspects. तो अगर जब वो पर्टिकुलरली प्रैक्टिकलिटी में वो चीज आ जाएगी, तो वो बच्चा आराम से उस चीज को मैनेज कर सकेगा। ठीक है, कंप्यूटर्स, other subjects, learning out perfectly, it's not really there, but the only thing is that we have to use the technology, and we have to make the technology as simple so that it can be understandable to everybody. Okay.
Uh, Sir, because you are from the IT background, like you are an IT person, so a question which rises in my mind is that what are the key skills that a good IT person should possess? And also, sir, the IT students or IT aspirants, like what is any important tip or advice for them, for those who want to make their career in IT?
Sure. The basics needs is the technical foundation. Whatever he is just learning out, it will from the root level. एक वो सुना होगा आपने, काबिल बनो, काबिल। ठीक है, तो आप अपने जो भी चीज आपके पास में आ रही है, आप उसमें इतने परफेक्शन में आ जाओ कि आपको दुनिया के अंदर में आपको कोई आपके पास में कुछ किसी के पास में उसका जवाब नहीं होना चाहिए। सेकेंड थिंग इज द कम्युनिकेशन। आपकी जो किसी से भी बातचीत करने की या पर्टिकुलरली किसी के साथ एलिमेंट भी उसमें है, तो उसकी कम्युनिकेशन बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए। तीसरी जो चीज होती है वो होती है स्टेक होल्ड मैनेजमेंट। यस, आई कैन डू इट। अगर इस कॉन्सेप्ट पे पर्टिकुलरली पर्सन आ रहा है तो डेफिनेटली वो आगे अचीव करेगा ही करेगा। चौथा होता है बिजनेस एक्यूमेन, दैट इट शुड बी हैव बेसिक नॉलेज अबाउट व्हाट द थिंग्स हैज बीन गोइंग ऑन। इन चार एलिमेंट्स के साथ में अगर कोई भी बच्चा आपके सामने पर्टिकुलरली आ रहा है तो ही इज अ परफेक्टली एलिमेंट फॉर द रिसोर्स। नाउ आई जस्ट गिव यू द वेरी गुड एग्जांपल, और मैं आपसे ही रिलेटेड ना पर्टिकुलरली करता हूँ। जब आपने अपना कैरियर स्टार्ट किया था बीइंग एन एचआर, तो क्या आपने सोचा था कि आप एचआर लाइन में जाएंगे?
Um, Sir, as we work, slowly we develop our interest.
ओके, यू आर बीकॉम और बीएस बीसीए और
Sir, I have done MBA.
एमबीए एचआर?
Yes, sir. It is general, but specializations for marketing and HR.
Perfectly well. So, ma'am, in the HR, if you just go into the practicality market, two concepts will be coming up, especially in the government side. One is particularly the PF and the second one, the ESI. Right? These things has not been treated up in the books itself. If you go to the market, you learn about that particular things. What is PF and what is an ESI? And what are the rules related to act? And also there are two acts which has been there in one is the Shop and Establishment Instrumental Act, and another the Industrial Act, which has been there in the system itself. So have you read about that?
Sir, it has been time since I have completed my studies, so I don't remember clearly. It's not everything. I do remember the things, but not all.
Okay, good. So have you read in your books itself in the MBA, the Instrument
And
Act and Shop
Instrument Act.
Management Act?
Sir, we had the business law subject
Hmm.
as such acts, so I have never taken interest in law.
Exactly, ma'am. Now the problem is that when you coming into the practicality market, these things have been important one, because until and unless you don't know what's the law says, how can you just work it up? Right? It is a practicality. I'm not so whatever the things may be, if I just giving the basic knowledge at the time of uh, elementary subjects taking up, so that's help us to make the student completely perfectly in the market itself. Earlier you were asking me the question now, why the particularly students have been failed. That is the reasons, because whatever we study and whatever the practicality is, both are the different one.
Okay. So, sir, like any specific technical skills that are common for all the IT people?
See, according to us, if a person knows simple MS Excel, he's an ex IT guy. Okay, because he knows how to manage, because if you learn honestly in an Excel, you learn how to manage your data, how to make formulation, how to make formulas upon that, and how to work with reference to their dash cams, project management, and everything. So
Whether
he's an IT guy.
this I have experienced that whether a person is IT or non-IT, Excel is preferred.
Yes, Excel is preferred, right? Why it is so? Because they design in that way that any non-IT person or an IT person both manage that particular resources. And it is the good example of managing the resources, including the data into it, right? A person who is knowing about the Excel, whether from any qualification he's maybe, he just managing the complete elements into that. Now, coming to the your questions, which persons you will prefer out? See, every if you're just going into the live projects or some others other things, we need a persons with reference to the technical skills itself. If I need a coder or a programmer, so I'm looking for some certain technical skills. Whereas if I just looking for any senior persons or any other persons itself, I just looking for the its communication, its presentation skill, and the other thing is the logistic skills. Logistic skills in the sense he just handle out the client, so that whatever the requirements of the clients, he just gather it up and just put it into him or her in front of the client itself. So these things are the important factors which we are taking. So there's no questions about what skills you are required. That is dependent upon the marketing conditions. If somebody says that I have to make that particularly present this things into this particularly skills, we have that particularly persons, we demanded that particularly persons in that particular skills itself. So there's no fixed skills itself, but yes, we already prefer who should be have technical foundation. जिनके पास काबिलियत होती है वो अपने आप ही स्किल्स ले लेते हैं.
Sir, another question that arises in my mind is that because you are into you are have been a team leader as well.
Hmm.
Sir, how do you manage team conflict?
Can you elaborate more?
So how do you manage team conflict, like issues and grievances or differences or disagreements if your employees have? How
See,
you
ma'am,
manage that situation?
here there is a different elements which has been there. Number one, you're talking about the team conflict, right? So team conflict has been there because जहाँ पे चार पर्टिकुलरली डिफरेंट स्किल्स के पर्सन होंगे, हर व्यक्ति ये चाहेगा कि मुझे एक पर्टिकुलरली प्रेफरेंस दी जाए कि मैं उस काम को कर सकूं. ठीक है. तो टीम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स में बेसिकली बहुत इसका सिंपल सा कॉन्सेप्ट ये होता है कि पर्टिकुलरली आप जब भी कोई भी चीज़ आ रही है, पहले उसको अंडरस्टैंड करो. अंडरस्टैंड करने के बाद में उसको ये देखो कि पर्टिकुलरली कौन सा व्यक्ति इस चीज़ को प्रेफरेबल कर सकता है और उसको आप हैंडल करने के लिए दे दो. दैट इज द फर्स्ट रूल. रही बात ग्रीवेंसेस की एंड अदर थिंग्स की, तो ग्रीवेंसेस एंड अदर थिंग्स जो हैं वो मैनेज होते हैं. There is a different departments called HR department which manages grievances regarding about your personal or related to the company's related elements. Other grievances, just like something is going fishy with us or something like that. So in that sense, we have the particularly a complaint center which has been there on the portal itself. You register your complaint, and within 3 days, we definitely give you the resolution for that. So अभी तक हमारे पास में 8-9 साल हो गए हैं, 4 या 5 कंप्लेंट्स ही आई हैं ग्रीवेंसेस की, ऐसे कुछ वो है नहीं. और मोस्टली ग्रीवेंसेस वही होते हैं, सर सैलरीज क्यों नहीं बढ़ी या पर्टिकुलरली मुझे इंक्रीमेंट्स क्यों नहीं हुए. तो ये ग्रीवेंसेस होते ही होते हैं. वो दैट इज डिपेंड अपॉन द सी. ये सारी चीजें तभी देखी जाती है शगुन जब आपकी परफॉर्मेंस परफेक्ट परफॉर्मेंस इवेल्युएटर हो आपके पास में. तो वी हैव द परफॉर्मेंस इवेल्युएटर. आप चाहो तो हम वी कैन शेयर इट आउट टू यू फॉर टाइमिंग, जिसमें आप इसको देख सकते हो कि कैसा परफॉर्मेंस होती है। इट्स अ सिंपल प्रोसेस। आपको टास्क दिए जाते हैं, टास्क का एक टाइम फ्रेम होता है, उस टाइम फ्रेम के अंदर में आपको वो पर्टिकुलर टास्क कंप्लीट करने होते हैं। अगर आप टास्क नहीं कंप्लीट कर पाए तो उसका टाइम फ्रेम आपका ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ता चला जाता है, और जब बढ़ता चला जाता है तो वो आप उसको उसका फिर उस हिसाब से परफॉर्मेंस एनालिसिस किया जाता है। और अगर कोई ग्रीवेंसेस होते हैं तो वो अपने पोर्टल पे डालता है कि हमारे को ये ग्रीवेंसेस है, हम उसको फिर उसको आंसर देते हैं।
And sir, like communication and coordination, they
हम्म
play a huge role in the organization's success. So how do you keep a hold, or how do you control this factor? How do you keep a hold on communication and coordination in the organization for smooth working?
For the communication, I've already told you we have the particularly one task elevators has been there. So whatever the things they have to do is that particularly mentioned in the task coordinator itself. So there is no question about the communication. You have that particular task, you have to complete that particular task. This is the one way of doing the communication. The another way of doing the communication is through email or chatting itself, which normally cases in the normal office scenarios there has been there. The second questions which you're talking about is
Coordination.
coordination. So each task has to be divided into multiple elements itself, right? Into different categories and subcategories itself. And everybody has to be looking into that particularly categories and working with respect to that particularly. I just a few times I just give you a very good example of designing a rangoli. So that is a best example of a coordination where you just assign the work to different people. You ask somebody to just bring the colors. You ask somebody to bring a chalk. Ask somebody to design your elements, other things, and then you just manage it out to make it that particularly the project completed up. So similarly, the same things will be here. We only distribute that particularly with reference to task and the subcategories of that.
Okay. And now, sir, like another thing, like sir, because I'm from the placement domain, so I have one question in my mind, like if there is a fresher, an
Hmm.
IT fresher or a fresher who wants to take an IT job, now how
Hmm.
he should make his CV or profile stronger to encourage the recruiter?
Ma'am, I'm meeting about a lot of freshers in the market. Okay. And I have only the one statement which is this. सबसे पहले तो आप ये डिसाइड करो आपको करना क्या है, किस लाइन में जाना है, क्योंकि आईटी एक ऐसी लाइन है जिसकी हर एलिमेंट्स खुले हुए हैं। आपको प्रोग्रामर बनना है, आपको कोडर बनना है, आपको डिजाइनर बनना है, आपको डाटाबेस संभालना है, आपको वेयरहाउसिंग करनी है, आपको लॉजिस्टिक करनी है, ठीक है, आपको नेटवर्किंग करनी है, आपको सिक्योरिटी में जाना है, उसमें आपको एनालिसिस करनी है, आपको कंसल्टेंसी करनी है, क्या चीज करनी है, पहले आप अपना माइंड सेट करो। उसके बाद आप किसी एक ऐसे व्यक्ति के पास बैठो जो कि पर्टिकुलरली उस फील्ड का थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज रखता हो। उसके बाद में आप अपने कैरियर को स्टार्टअप करो। देखिए, जॉब्स हर जगह पर है, जॉब्स की कोई कमी नहीं है मार्केट के अंदर में। ओनली थिंग इज दैट हम इनिशियली स्टेजेस के ऊपर में गलत स्टेप लेकर उस पर्टिकुलरली चीज को उठा लेते हैं और फिर अपना कैरियर उसके अंदर में ढूंढने की कोशिश करते हैं। बहुत सिंपल सी बात है, सबसे पहले तो आपका माइंडसेट क्लियर होना चाहिए कि मुझे ये चीज करनी है। और जब आप वो चीज करने में आप उस चीज को परफेक्ट आप धीरे धीरे करके तो उस चीज को लर्न करोगे, और जब आप लर्न करोगे तो आप उस चीज के अंदर में अपने आप घुसते चले जाओगे, उसके अंदर मतलब आप अपने आप जो है उस चीज को अडॉप्ट कर लोगे। और जब आप अडॉप्ट कर लोगे तो आपका कैरियर वहीं से स्टार्ट हो जाएगा। इनिशियली स्टेजेस में प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, मैं ये नहीं कहता नहीं आती हैं, कई बार आपको अच्छे रिसर्चर्स भी मिल जाते हैं, अच्छे मार्गदर्शन दर्शन वाले व्यक्ति भी मिल जाते हैं जो पर्टिकुलरली बताते हैं नहीं आप इसको ऐसे नहीं ऐसे करो, आपको आपका कैरियर ग्रोथ में ये काफी फायदेमंद होगा। बट कई बार जो ऐसा होता है जब आप अपने ही कैरियर आपको लगता है कि पर्टिकुलरली कि ये चीज उसमें वो है, तो आपको खुद ही इस चीज को मैनेज करना है। So we also welcome the freshers, no doubt. I can share my HR email IDs after that, right? You just put in a particularly resumes, and if the requirements comes up, you definitely take it up. So ये नहीं है कि particularly freshers, देखो हम तो freshers चाहते हैं क्योंकि उनका बिल्कुल माइंड फ्रेश होता है। आप उनको जैसा ढालोगे वैसे ढल जाएंगे। वो एक कच्ची मिट्टी है जिसको आप जैसा डेवलप करना चाहो वैसा डेवलप कर सकते हो। और कैरियर्स उनको अपना डिसाइड करना होता है।
And sir, like I think you have served as a consultant with the Ministry of Information Technology or Information Science.
Exactly, ma'am.
So it was a very nice opportunity for you. So what were the key takeaways from that?
The only takeaway is they need a researcher. उनको वो बंदे चाहिए जो कि सोचते हो कुछ ना कुछ करने की जिनमें काबिलियत हो। ठीक है, आज के टाइम के अंदर में हमें रियली उस चीज की बहुत बड़ी रिक्वायरमेंट है, रिसर्चर की, और जिसको हम बहुत बड़े लैकिंग बिहाइंड है। किसी चीज को अडॉप्ट करना बहुत आसान होता है, बट किसी चीज को डेवलप करके अडॉप्ट करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। एंड बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज द पैडमैन। यू सीइंग द मूवी पैडमैन आल्सो, जहाँ पे और भी बहुत सारे इनोवेटिव आइडियाज हैं जो लोगों के पास में आते हैं, जो कि पर्टिकुलरली करते हैं लोग बाग। ठीक है, तो हमें ऐसे लोगों, वो आईटीज के अंदर में ऐसे लोगों की बहुत सारा जरूरत है।
Any other good experience in that work?
रिगार्डिंग व्हाट? देखिए, वो कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी होती है जो हमें कॉन्फिडेंशियल होती हैं, जो हमें नहीं बता पाते एज अ ब्रॉडकास्ट इटसेल्फ। सो कई सारी चीज़ें ऐसी होती है जो हमें नहीं बताने के लिए होती हैं। लॉट ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट्स विल बी देयर जो उनके साथ चलते रहते हैं हमारे, और जो उनके लिए हम लोग करते रहते हैं to different countries as well, and in India also. But the thing is that due to the secret element it's been there, so we cannot disclose it on the online itself, sections itself. But yes, we have a good experience with the IT department, IT Government Information Technology Department, where we work with the DOACC and the CEC of that particular elements.
And so what has been the turning point in your professional career?
I already told you that particularly at that particular time when I first teaching the 60 girls in the class, that is my turning point. To a commerce student, I coming as an IT guy and started my career into that particularly elements, and being there for nearly about 22 years. So that is my turning point, which has been there.
And so because along with being a IT person, you are an entrepreneur also, like you're into the business.
Yes.
So uh, a very good question that comes in my mind is that like one thing is, sir, how do you take care of your corporate social responsibility, business ethics?
See, that's a good question you are asking about the corporate social responsibility. See, currently we are not taking any corporate social responsibility because we are not that much of big organizations right now, right? Uh, we have good of strength of nearly 150 persons who just been working in different areas and different specializations of their particular persons. Now, this is a very big concept of what corporate social responsibilities, right? Everybody is doing certain social responsibilities in respect to charity or in respect to taxation, to donations or something like that. So we are also doing that for saving that particularly money as a corporate tax or something like that. So these are the things, but we are not into the completely elements in the corporate responsibilities, right? We are not opening any hospitals or any other things which has been there. No, we are not. So that is the things which has been there.
Okay. And sir, what advice or what message you would like to give to the students who want to make a good career into business and entrepreneurship?
Firstly, honesty is the best thing. Second thing is stakeholding management. You should we have a stake on. Third is the business acumen.
And sir, another question is like you have worked across different domains, CRM, retail. So, sir, which of the sectors has been the most challenging, and in which of the sectors you had a best experience?
See, currently we are facing in CRM and the logistics because here the role of an AI comes up, right? Now AI will take the particularly tier 1 and tier 2 farmers. As you are aware that particularly AI is coming up in the market itself, and mostly it will affects the in our industries also. So that is the major challenge which we are facing. And within 1 or 2 years, we can just overcome that particularly challenge. That is not a big matter with us. Two domains which is the most effective. One is the service industry and one is the CRM industry because of the AI. And these challenges can be overcome very soon within the 1 year itself. We are planning upon that particularly things, and we just remove that particularly challenges for it.
Okay. Uh, 1 second, sir. Sir, another question like that arises in my mind is like, how do you handle complex projects, and how do you keep yourself and your team members motivated during such tough market conditions? And this is my last question of the day.
Okay. I just give you the one very good quote for that. Uh, for this, we are always giving up one particularly elements that is very good prover for that. That a landscape can be changed, but the pillar is not. आप पूरे के पूरे स्ट्रक्चर को हिला सकते हो, एक पिलर को नहीं हिला सकते। ठीक है। जब कोई भी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कुछ आता है पर्टिकुलरली प्रोजेक्ट हमारे लिए, तो हम सबसे पहले ये देखते हैं कि क्या ये हमारे पिलर में फिक्स बैठता है या नहीं बैठता, और क्या हम इस चीज को करने के लिए सक्षम है या नहीं है। नहीं है तो हमें इसको कैसे डेवलप करना है। तब वही क्वेश्चन आता है कि हम एक पेपर लेते हैं, एक पेन लेते हैं, उस पर उसकी डिजाइनिंग स्टार्ट करते हैं, और उस चीज के ऊपर में उस चीज को प्रेजेंटेबल बनाते हैं कि कैसे हमें इस चीज को करना है। अब प्रॉब्लम्स आती है हमें, हम ये नहीं कहते कि पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं आती, हम प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करते हैं उस मैटर के ऊपर में, लेकिन उन प्रॉब्लम्स को ओवरकम करते हुए हम उस काम को, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था, कि हम उसको डिफरेंट टास्क के अंदर में डिफाइन कर देते हैं कि यू हैव टू डू दिस पर्टिकुलर टास्क एंड विद रेफरेंस टू दैट पर्टिकुलर टास्क हैज गिवन टू द समबॉडी एल्स। सो जैसे जैसे वो टास्क कंप्लीट होती चली जाती हैं, आपका पिलर से वो एक फाउंडेशन बनता चला जाता है, एंड अल्टीमेटली एक आपकी बिल्डिंग लाइक स्ट्रक्चर खड़ी हो जाती है। सेम प्रोसेस हम अपने हर एक प्रोजेक्ट में लगाते हैं। इससे क्या होता है, हमें ये पता है कि अगर हमारा पिलर स्ट्रांग है तो हमारी बिल्डिंग को कोई इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा। अगर हमारा बेस स्ट्रांग है, हमारा प्रोसेस स्ट्रांग है, हमारे करने की जो क्षमता है वो बिल्कुल सही एक्यूरेटली जा रही है, हम जो काम कर रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल एक्यूरेट तरीके से काम कर रहे हैं, तो हमारी जो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी है वो अपने आप खत्म होती चली जाएगी। ठीक है। कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट होता है उसको करने का तरीका हम जो अडॉप्ट करते हैं वो ये करते हैं, डिफरेंट कंपनीज डिफरेंट अडॉप्ट करती हैं। ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे दो कॉन्सेप्ट्स आते हैं। एक तो होता है वाटरफॉल मॉडल, एक होता है एंजाइल मॉडल। आई थिंक सो आईटी वालों ने बहुत ज्यादा, आईटी वालों को पता है कि दोनों मॉडल्स क्या होते हैं। हम लोग जो फॉलो करते हैं वो हमेशा वाटर फ्लो मॉडल फॉलो करते हैं, क्योंकि हम अपना पिलर बेस्ड टीम है, स्ट्रक्चर बेस्ड है, सब कुछ एलिमेंट्री बेस्ड है। हम अपने प्रोसेस को आगे बढ़ते हुए चलेंगे, तो इसमें कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बहुत कम रह जाती है, और यही एक सक्सेसफुल प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीशन का एक प्रोसेस होगा। जैसे जैसे आप उस चीज को करोगे आगे, वो चीजें आपके लिए आसान होती चली जाएंगी। एक चीज है मैं सोच के बैठ जाऊं कि पर्टिकुलरली नहीं मैं ये काम नहीं कर सकता, तो नो, बिकॉज आई एम पॉसिबल, नॉट इम्पॉसिबल।
It's very nice, sir, talking to you. Just like I would really like to thank you, sir. It has been very much useful this session, your advices and what all you told to us, to all of us. And
थैंक यू शगुन फॉर योर वैल्यूएबल टाइम।
yeah,
आई
and
होप दैट
like anyone who
Anyone
wants to
having
ask the
questions?
questions?
Ishita and Shagun, I would like to tell you people, tell all of you something. That is, in the year 2007 and 8, Ashish sir was my immediate boss. I used to work with um, Software and Software Services Private Limited, and sir was my immediate boss. And I learned a lot of things from under him. And he's a very cool person, very good boss, as well as थोड़ा सा ये काम को लेकर तो है, थोड़े से स्ट्रिक्ट है। और सर ने बड़ी अच्छी चीजें सिखाई। और क्या बताऊं मैं, सर से तो आज सर से रूबरू हो रहा हूँ, मतलब वो भी वर्चुअली। जो मुझे याद है, कितने सर 2008 में मैंने छोड़ा था, तो 2008 के बाद आज आपको मैं वर्चुअली देख रहा हूँ, साक्षात नहीं देख पा रहा। और सर थे जिन्होंने बिल्कुल हाँ कर दी थी इंटर्नशिप के लिए भी। ठीक है, और सर ने तो मेरी एमसीए के बाद, और सर ने इतना कुछ सिखाया है। प्रोग्रामिंग में था, जावा के ऊपर काम करता था मैं। और सर कुछ लोग थे सर हमारे साथ, आपको याद होगा लंकुश करके एक था, एक गोसाई
एग्जैक्टली।
अजय गोसाई, क्या नाम था उसका, गोसाई करके एक लड़का था, बड़ा बोल्ड था।
हाँ,
एक
राजीव को सही।
हाँ, एक योगेश करके था।
हम्म।
सारे सबकी टीम थी, बड़े अच्छे लोग थे सर, बहुत अच्छे लोग थे। अब ये कि मेरा किसी के साथ टच में नहीं है, बट ये कि आपका नंबर मेरे पास था। और ये सर एक तो सौभाग्य की बात है हमारे कॉलेज के लिए भी कि आपने हाँ
So
कर
nice
दी।
of you, Mahesh, that it's been an honor that you just giving the opportunity.
नहीं सर, अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं सर, एक्चुअली बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है कि आपने इतना टाइम निकाला, और इतना वास्ट एक्सपीरियंस होने के बावजूद भी बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है सर, अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है। आपको बताऊं कि हमारे कॉलेज में एक हमारे प्रेसिडेंट सर बैठे हुए हैं सर, प्रोफेसर अजय कुमार सिंह, आप देख सकते हैं स्क्रीन के ऊपर। प्रेसिडेंट है हमारे कॉलेज की गवर्निंग बॉडी में। ये भी सर डीयू में प्रोफेसर हैं, सीनियर प्रोफेसर, दिल्ली स्कूल ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स में। और आपको बात बताओ सर, दिल्ली एनसीआर में मैं किसी भी कॉलेज को, किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी को नहीं जानता। 250-300 कॉलेजेस, यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं जहां पर मैं मैक्सिमम लोगों को जानता हूँ। पर सर का एक विजन है, बहुत अच्छा विजन है, मैं आपके साथ साझा करना चाहता हूँ। हमारी एक बहुत अच्छी स्कीम भी चल रही है, स्कीम का नाम है पंच सखा करके है। ठीक है, इसमें 5 मेंटोर्स हैं। एक आप मेंटोर जैसे हो गए, कॉर्पोरेट मेंटोर। ठीक है सर, तो इसमें क्या है कि सर ने ये डिसाइड किया है कि हमारे कॉलेज से हर एक बच्चों को एक कॉर्पोरेट मेंटोर मिले, सो दैट दैट मेंटोर विल बी एबल टू गाइड इन अ राइट वे टू आवर स्टूडेंट्स। क्योंकि स्टूडेंट्स को नहीं पता, और वैसे ही एआई के टाइम में, एआई के इस एरा में सारी चीजें बहुत डिस्टर्ब हो गई हैं, लोगों को
Exactly.
नहीं पता किस दिशा में जाना है। ठीक है सर। और सर सबसे पहले तो मैं डीएसपीएसआर कॉलेज के, हमारे कॉलेज के बिहाफ पर आपको थैंक यू बोलना चाहता हूँ। आउट ऑफ सो मच ऑफ बिजी शेड्यूल, यू आर एबल टू मेक इट टुडे, और आप हमारे बच्चों को गाइड भी करेंगे। और अभी आपने जैसे अभी प्लेसमेंट के लिए आपने बोल दिया, मैं तो आपके इंटर्नशिप के लिए भी आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा। इंटर्नशिप के लिए भी हम चाहते हैं कि आप हमारे बच्चों के लिए। ठीक है सर।
Definitely.
हाँ जी सर, ओवर टू यू सर, थैंक यू।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आशीष शर्मा जी for sparing your valuable time and
Shukriya, sir.
giving your kind consent to be one of the corporate distinguished mentors with us. We will take the relationship forward. This is just the beginning of the relationship with DSPSR, your good self. So we'll be meeting also. So we invite you to come to DSPSR,
Definitely, sir. I just been
interact
meeting
with
with
the
you.
students
I
as,
have the
as and
number
when
with
you are able to.
Mahesh, and definitely I just been meeting with you. It's my pleasure that I just been meeting with you guys.
Thank you so much, sir, from my side for coming in this session. And your presence truly means a lot to us and to our students. We're deeply grateful for the valuable insights, knowledge that you have shared today in this session. Thank you so much. Sir.
Thank you, ma'am, so much. Thanks for